My name is Locke, and I'm here with my friends on the moon, Jason and Mike.
Hello.
Moon's haunted.
The
Moon's haunted.
moon is haunted. Tonight...
Look at this. See? Look. Moon's haunted. People
Where?
here. Look. Ghosts.
Oh yeah,
Ghosts
these
right
guys.
there.
Those are friendly
Yeah.
ghosts. We're going to be checking out Shadowkeep from Destiny 2, from an independent developer, Bungie, and who have recently broken from they've tossed aside their chains from Activision Blizzard and become an independent studio. And apparently I'm going to watch these guys do emotes all night. Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep is the latest DLC, and with it comes a whole ton of changes that we will maybe dip into. We don't need to get super technical. If you like Destiny, you're probably already in this, but we're kind of approaching it from a couple different places. I haven't played Destiny since Destiny 2 since launch, and Jason and Mike have played quite a bit. So we're going to check things out. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to go to public events for a bit as we bullshit, or do you want to do like a mission, all of the above?
Let's start with a public event that gives us a chance to kind of more easily talk, and
'Kay.
I can also real quickly show off my vehicle.
Whoa, 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 that thing
Let's
is
go.
amazing.
Goody Puff Jr.
Beep beep. Let's go, motherfuckers.
I guess
um,
I don't even know
let's
where
see.
we're
I
going.
think the pub event was the other way.
Yeah, it's the other way.
yes, it was. All
Sorry,
right.
guys. I'm leading
Goody
us.
Puff Jr.
Goody Puff doesn't know which way to go.
Yo,
Yeah, yo, hop on those power wheels and let's do this.
Beep beep.
whatever. My colors coordinate with my scooter, so I'm happy.
My scooter has a shark on it.
Oh,
Your scooter is really nice.
so yeah, here we are on the moon, but for Locke,
Moon's haunted.
yes, Moon's haunted, as we've all
Moon,
discussed.
the moon was in Destiny 1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Guys,
And
we-
it was
rally.
a pretty fun spot in Destiny 1 because unlike a lot of the other planets, it was, I don't know, vertical in a way. Like there's a whole underground catacombs area to this place.
the hive was
that-
there.
Yeah, the hive was there. We woke the hive.
We woke in the hive.
Didn't really see that in any of the other planets they had, and so it's cool to come back if you play Destiny 1 and remember all that stuff and see how it's changed, see what's like totally messed up now, see what's better. But Locke, as someone who has not touched Destiny in a long time but heard us talk about it, and I think you went through the whole New Light experience, correct?
Yeah, so the new light experience is the free to play. So the game's free to play now, up to a certain point. And because it was perfect for me since I hadn't played since launch, so I had no idea. Like there's been 2 or 3 DLCs, and I thought it was really good because the new light missions give you a chance to go check out each of the worlds and do an adventure on them, do a patrol, do some one of everything basically. And that's a really good way to interact with the NPC kind of quest person on that world, and then also get a feel for what the world looks like, feels like, what the enemies are like, and it's just a great way to experience that world, and then you move on. It takes maybe an hour to do a couple bounties and a couple missions and stuff like that, but a couple lost sectors, but then you hop to the next one, and that's what I've been doing kind of for the last week to get back into it. And it's been awesome. It's been really good. It's been a really good refresher for everything, and I think it's a perfect way to get into Destiny. That being said, I picked up Shadowkeep and Forsaken, which are the ones available on Steam now. So those are the ones that the First Light doesn't include. Is it First Light?
New Light.
New Light, sorry, doesn't include. So like when you hop in, there's a ton of stuff to do. There's a ton of planets. It's quite overwhelming. And so, I mean, I bought them because I was like, or I got Forsaken after we got codes for Shadowkeep, and I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it properly. And I'm super stoked because now I have access to all the different vendors, and I'm slowly like getting through that stuff. But New Light, I think anyone who hasn't played Destiny is a really great way to get into it.
So the first mission is basically like the first mission from the first Destiny.
Oh, that
right?
totally messed me up. I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that, and I didn't like I had my character carry over from, like, I did the character transfer from Activision. Like, I didn't have any guys on PS4 worth taking over, so I just did my PC guy. And then I was like, I'll just start a new character, see what happens. And I didn't realize that, yeah, the first mission is like this big thing where you're playing the first mission from Destiny 1. And I was like, I was super confused because Destiny 2, I remembered enough to be like, didn't we go to the farm and do some stuff over there? And so I was really confused. Anyways, then you guys were like, actually, that's like the whole catch is you get to do this cool mission from Destiny 1. That made a lot more sense.
And it like sets you up for the story of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
if you haven't played anything. Yeah, I don't have any characters that I can, like, I can't create a new character, kind of go through and look at that. But I've been kind of curious and if it, you know, how it sort of, because, you know, I don't know, spoiler alerts, whatever, for Destiny 2, like, that game starts off with the tower game blown up, so I'm like, alright, how does that factor into this new quest or whatever that they're doing with the game?
Yeah, so like I did that first mission, and then you get to go to the tower, and I was confused because I hadn't seen the tower rebuilt, or I didn't remember it being rebuilt.
Right.
So I was quite confused. I was like, "Where's the lady with the hawk and the farm stuff?" And but it, you know, after you kind of like figure out what's going on, then it makes a lot more sense. But
well, so then does it?
Where's our portals?
It'll
I don't
show
know.
up. It takes a second. Where does it pick up then? So like once like, are there a few missions that you do that then it starts off in the red? What's called the Red War?
No, you don't have to do any Red War stuff. You can go back and do that campaign. There we go. Gates open. You can go back and do that campaign.
Look up under the center of this thing, by the way.
Yeah. That's awesome. It starts you. I don't know. I think you have to start at the EDZ on Earth.
Okay.
So you do that first, and then from there, you go to Titan. You kind of do them in order of that, and then so I did EDZ, Titan, Nessus, and Mercury, maybe? No, I can't remember. Mars, maybe. Can't remember the last one I did, but it makes you do them in order. So you kind of have to follow that path. Not everything just doesn't open up. So yeah,
Okay.
I did do EDZ first, and then I had to do, like, you know, a bounty, a couple bounties, an adventure, a patrol, and 2 public events, and then you're like, okay, now you can go to the next the next planet. And I'm not sure if it's tied to light level at all, but it also has like a light level check-in at the tower. I don't know if that was in the original game, but like it says go visit Zavala when you're light level, you know, 850. Go visit this guy when you're light level 860. Or not that much, but like it was like kind of like 50 increments. Because you started.
It definitely had that for the Red War.
Yeah, the Red War stuff. Okay, so that's still in there.
Obviously, at that point in time, like when the light was max of 300 or whatever it was,
Right.
it was like light level then is going to be It was like 140 and stuff like that. And yeah, it took you to, what was it? It was Titan first, and then
Burn this guy.
Io, and then Nessus, I think was the order.
Yeah, I believe that's the same.
So then initially is it only the EDZ that you have unlocked?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah. Like
So then
it gives you a quest to like, one of your main quests is like do quests in these areas, but you only have access to EDZ at the start.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is like, that was good for me because I honestly wouldn't know where to start. I'd be like, oh, this place kind of seems cool. Like, I like having a little bit of the bumpers, like the bowling, to use a bowling analogy. I like having the bumpers on a little bit.
Well, and I, for as much as there is in this game, it's 100% needed. Like this.
Oh, there's so much. I didn't even realize
Yeah.
how much there was in Destiny. Like, I had been
And
out for so long. Like, I was so confused.
And
in a good way.
hasn't been- yeah, well, and onboarding hasn't been great with like past stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it necessarily still is or not. But like, you know, at least for new players, it probably is a little bit better than returning players. But yeah, okay, so that's cool. So like, it does a good job at least of walking you through all those.
Yeah, I think it was good. It was like it was a nice, pretty simple and elegant way to kind of bring me up to speed. Mind you, I am watching My Name is Biff's 4-hour lore video, so that's also helping.
Fife.
Fife?
I'm gonna go ahead and correct you there. Yeah, my
Yeah,
name
yeah.
is Fife.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Biff,
shout out to him. Biff.
Shoutouts to Biff.
Shout out to Biff and Bife.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he has. It is 4 hours of Destiny lore, and it is wonderful. It is amazing that like he took the time to go through and put all that stuff together. And if you want to learn about the Destiny lore, which I think is really cool and really interesting.
Yeah, I'm 3/4 of the way through it. I am very happy that I'm going through it. It's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a great thing to pick up on too and go check out. He absolutely did an amazing job, and he has a ton of other lore videos that walk through like some of the smaller details of stuff. Like he kind of even mentions like there's a whole like the City Age and the Dark Age. He's like, there's stuff that happens here, but like this is not what we're going through in this particular video. Cool. So
Yeah.
Mike, as someone who has played off and on for the past year, how is it coming back?
Off and on since Destiny 2 came out.
Yeah.
Fair. It's a lot to come back to. I kind of fell out of Destiny after Black Armory. I came back for periods here and there.
And Black Armory, was Forsaken?
That was the
Yeah.
second expansion to,
Oh.
or the first expansion to Forsaken. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I fell off a bit there. Then I came back for the spring event.
Drifter, Gambit.
Yeah, the game, season.
Yeah,
of the
that
Drifter.
looks really interesting to me.
I was a big Gambit player. I don't have the title, but I have Pinnacle weapon from one of the seasons, and so I've spent a decent amount of time with that. Destiny's always kind of been a game where you just find the activity you like in it and just go nuts. Like, I know a lot of people, all they do... One of the guys I play Final Fantasy with, actually, all he did in Destiny is PvP.
That's awesome.
So he was a Crucible climber. I really liked Gambit. Nick really liked Gambit too, I think. I think what I like about Shadowkeep so far is obviously the Vex invasion stuff, which is what we're doing right now, is pretty neat. Like, it's one of the first times the game's felt kind of like a large-scale conflict.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that everything so far has been like galaxy-spanning warfare, you don't really feel like you're fighting in a huge battle. But this expansion has done an awful lot to put like literal armies in front of you, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. An edge transit, it is Destiny. Sorry, I just got excited. My most powerful weapon has dropped.
Great.
But yeah, like I like that every season I can come back, check in, and see if what they're offering is something I want to engage with. And there hasn't always been like, unless you want to keep up with the seasonal cosmetics, you're not really punished too much for missing out, which I like. But the new stuff is neat. I'm about to unlock Relic here, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna get the artifact.
Yeah, hold on. Quests.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, all right. So then, bring up the destination.
Destinations? Okay.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
go over to the right to seasons.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
So this is the big new thing, is this season rank stuff. So
It's your
as
battle pass, baby.
it is 100% a battle pass.
Yo, I'm into this.
I am too. I think you know what, it's a very steady gain. There's stuff to get all along the way. The top row is if you don't put any other money into the game, like regardless of if you pick up Shadowkeep or not,
Oh,
with
right.
New Light, you can still come to the moon. You can do the patrols. You can do what we just did, the public event and the Vex stuff. All of that is available. You still have access to the season rank, so you can get stuff along the top track of that thing. So the stuff that's kind of in the gray zone.
Right. And then the
You-
teal is the paid one?
Yep. So teal is paid. So if you buy Shadowkeep, you automatically get that as part of it, and that also unlocks
love
the
this.
Vex offensive activity, which we'll show off here in a second.
Okay.
And so that's everything that you get with this season of content. Now, you know, again, if you don't have Shadowkeep, then there's other things. We'll do one of these as well if you have it unlocked. Oh, you probably don't. I was gonna say we could
He
do
didn't do the. I bet he didn't do the quest.
Which
well,
one?
do you have the?
I have the Vex offensive unlocked.
Okay, I was gonna say actually the nightmare hunts, if you have the nightmare hunts, but that's like at the very end of the Shadowkeep campaign.
I have Ghost of Our Past in the Shadowkeep campaign. And then I have, so I'm not at the end of that one yet.
Yeah. We'll do one of the missions in there just to kind of show
Sure.
that off.
Why don't I do that next?
The nightmare hunts are basically mini strikes that
Ooh.
let you revisit bosses from basically it's do this mini strike and revisit a boss from Destiny 1, because you fight Omnigul, you fight Crota, you fight what's his face? That was in the Lord of Wolves expansion.
Oh.
Skolas.
Skolas, yes.
So and they're brilliant little things actually. Again, I was watching a My Name Is Wife video about this today, and he pointed out something that I hadn't noticed with him. But like, you get a little story introduction, like for why these are nightmares, why these are things that haunt us, and why they represent certain, like each one is tied to some, I don't know, some thing like anguish or vanity or despair or something like that. So like you get this little lore from Eris that sets up the nightmare hunt where you go and you then go fight this boss. It's a great way to introduce new players to this world of things that they may have missed from Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here's something that's significant in terms of what has happened in this game.
Oh, Jason, check this out. Check what I just got. Watch this.
Oh, yeah,
Got the old Belgian kick, baby. Oh, I'm into that.
Yeah, I love that. A little JVCD action in here.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna start this mission over here, boys. There are 2 sad ghosts.
Aw, let's cheer him up.
We're gonna do it. This is story content, so if you give a shit about that, we're gonna be playing that for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. So those are cool things too. They open up at the end, and they're part of what they're tied to is the gear that you can get. There's these essences, and basically like they have you do things. A lot of them are if you want to get the weapons, and you need to get kills with the weapons, you know, on the moon, and then you need to find some special item, and then you need to do just a bunch of activities, which is usually just like run around the moon a bunch and do patrols, do whatever. So yeah, so it's, you know, it's all this kind of different stuff, like, you know, for ways to get stuff. Sorry, Eris, I was talking over you.
That's okay.
But you know, it works. It all, I think, works really well. The season pass stuff, then, like, you're just gonna progress that as you play, as you go along. There's no like upscaling, so it's always 100,000 to the next rank.
Right.
And as people have quickly figured out, bounties that you can get from people are worth like about anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 or so experience. And they have a thing in place now where you can just buy a bunch of bounties from a vendor. So you could just spend a bunch of time on the moon, get a bunch of bounties from Eris, complete those, and rank up real quickly. And when you rank up, you get the artifact for the season, which is the Eye of the Gate Lord. There's a bunch of like gear that you'll get that's seasonal gear. That's all the like armor pieces that you saw along the track there. And there's some other, you know, things like on the free track at level 35. There's a exotic called Ariana's Vow. It's a special hand cannon. There's a callus that goes with it. There's all these different things that kind of just keep you engaged, keep you playing. If you're ever looking for something to do, there's always something to do, which is great.
Yeah, it was a good carrot stick.
Which, you know, and one of the problems in the past has usually been like, hey, once you kind of see all the new content, if you don't have enough people to do a raid or whatever, that's always been one of the bigger issues, is what do you do, right? Because yeah, you can get powerful gear each week, but kind of to what end, to what purpose? There's more, I think, in place now for them to answer that question, because
Spooky.
There's
Hey, look,
the
Locke, it's Control.
I know, right? I'm the director.
No, I'm the director.
the Nightmare Hunts are 3-player, and they have a heroic version of those that's coming out soon. There's going to be a new dungeon, which is like a 3-man raid encounter kind of a thing. That's coming out next month.
I'm excited for that because I don't have 6 friends.
Yeah. Yet. We're going to find 6 friends one of these days.
One day.
Because the nice thing is that, you know, they introduced Armor 2.0 with this, and that means that all armor is part of that system, including old raid armor. So if you go back and you do,
yeah, I'm super excited because, like,
Leviathan raid, all
right.
Scourge of the Past, Last Wish, like that content is now valid because you can get armor out of that. You can get there's still good weapons that you can get out of that. I mean, one of the best hand cannons in the game is still in the Leviathan raid. Like, it's, you know, despite the fact that it's year 1, which means it had fixed rolls, like the fixed rolls that it had, which were Outlaw, Rampage, made it the best.
Still great.
Yeah, it made it the best hand cannon for year 1, and then it continued to be the best hand cannon because those are some of the best perks you can get in PvE on a hand cannon. Yeah, I mean, it's good that all that content is still viable, and that you know, as a result, that means people will be going and playing that and stuff. Like, you can now, you know, a lot of times when you get into New Year, old content gets obsolete. People don't want to play it anymore. They only want to play the new stuff. This kind of ensures that someone's going to be playing that, and you can find something to pick up with. But, you know, if for just 3-player activities, like, this is basically a Nightmare Hunt that we're doing now. This is what this looks like if you just were to go and play this once you have access to it after the Shadowkeep campaign. They're going to add a heroic version, which is going to do some different things. They're going to have, you know, I'm sure some different challenges and some different things associated with it. It's a 3-player activity. That dungeon I mentioned next month is a 3-player activity. The Nightfall event is now matchmaking for 3 players up to a certain point, which is really nice. Like, so they have this thing called Nightfall, the Ordeal, and so they have set modifiers. It's a fixed strike that you play, but you know, it like even tells you like if you play on this difficulty level, here's the power level that you need to be, and
That's
here's
cool.
the rewards that you can get out of it. Like, so you know, you can get exotics out of it, you can get some of the upgrade material that you need to upgrade your armor. So again, it's like they made this as friendly as possible for 3 people, which is what, like, one of my biggest complaints with this game has always been is the pinnacle activities.
The raid. It's the raid.
6.
Yeah,
That's a
requires
big
6.
ask.
And it's a big ask for people who, you know, have families, have things going on. Like, they can't just spend 4 hours on a weekend necessarily playing a game, ignoring all the other responsibilities that they've got.
My whole screen filled up with items.
Yes, that's not quite as much as like something in Borderlands, but yeah, that happens a lot.
Yo, I'm not complaining. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Until then,
Can't run this far.
await you inside the Scarlet Keep.
Let me see how far I
Let
can
me
run.
know what
Nope,
you
I got 10
find
seconds.
within.
Never mind. So yeah, so there's more to do now, and like even things like the Menagerie, which came with Forsaken last season, is a fun activity. That's 6 people, but again, it's matchmaking. The Reckoning, which actually is kind of an interesting thing to do, is 4 people, and again supports matchmaking. So like, there's a lot of stuff now to do outside of the raid that is fun and engaging, and even if it does require more than 3 people, a lot of it supports matchmaking. So if you just have your 3 buddies, you'll grab 3 random people and get through it. The dungeon experiences are really cool. Those are definitely, you know, we've shown the Shattered Throne, which is the only existing dungeon in the game currently, that came with Forsaken. That is a, you know, like, it has raid mechanics to it. There's things that you have to do to beat the bosses. There's
Mhm.
encounters that you go through that are similar to like what you do in raids, right? So it's very cool. It's this kind of tailored experience for that. I am, as someone who's played since Destiny 2 launch, played through all of last year. I've got so much time spent in this game. It's ridiculous, but like, I have never been happier with the state of the
Yeah,
game.
it seems like it's in a good spot.
Yeah, and I think more than anything else, like, I really like the changes that they're making. So armor now, the armor 2.0 system. You know, I've seen some people say like this whole armor having energy thing, and is it solar or is it void? Is it arc? And there's certain mods that are tied to each one of those. I don't know. I got no issue with it personally. I think it's okay. I think it sort of means that you're more likely to mix and match stuff up. It means you're more likely to seek certain things. You know, like if you really like pulse rifles,
Hmm.
well, then you probably want to get some arc gauntlets because the pulse rifle loader perk is on there. You know, there's base mods that all armor comes with that they just give you at the start, and the rest is stuff that you find as you go and you get armor in the world through various, you know, quest drops, other things.
What do you guys want to do next?
Vex offensive.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go do that. So we can show that off.
I haven't done this yet, so feel free to coach me.
Sure, I mean, it's
Shoot stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
A lot of
Halfway there.
A lot of Destiny is shoot stuff, and when you're not shooting stuff, you're dunking a ball.
Yo, can we talk about sport? No.
Let me tell you about all the balls that you're about to dunk.
Go on.
Wait a minute.
You're gonna dunk a lot of balls.
So yeah, you know, again, I think there's a lot of fun stuff to do in this game. There's a lot of cool things to do. The armor system, I feel, is a good. Not only does it, you know, a good state that kind of makes you feel invested in what you're doing and leveling gear up. It also means that you can actually start working towards a build. So between the armor that you get and the mods that you put in it and stuff like that, and then the artifact. The seasonal artifact has specific armor mods that are relevant just for this current season of content, basically. So there's a lot of stuff where, for instance, there's armor mods that give you more glimmer when you defeat Vex or Hive combatants. That's a lot of what you're fighting in this. There's things then that, because one of the new things they added were these champions that have special modifiers. So there's champions that have barriers where they just put a bubble around them that lets them regen their health, and you have to break the barrier. There's some that are overload that just constantly get health back. There's unstoppable.
Oh, this is pretty.
Oh yeah, the Garden of Salvation. The Venus is the one area that I really wish we could go back to, because as far as Vex Worlds go,
That's where the Black Garden was?
Yeah.
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 The raid, watching the world first clear this weekend and stuff like that. The raid is,
Oof.
it's just gorgeous. But yeah, so those mods then are kind of something that you'll use for this season, with the idea being that next season then that artifact no longer works. You'll get a new artifact. When you get the new artifact, there'll be new mods that will be relevant to that season of content, things that you want to use. So it's always there, right? Like it's on the free track, so everybody gets access to that artifact, regardless if you're paying for the season pass or not. Which is cool, and again, there's a lot of stuff in there where it depending on what you're doing, it plays with, when someone drops a barrier, you get grenade energy back, or there's one in there that has a lot to deal with void grenades. Here's an overload guy. So yeah, it's really, I like it, and I like the mods, I like everything that's going on there. I'm happy.
I like the fashion.
They let you put cosmetics on your arm. Well,
Sort of.
any of the Eververse cosmetic stuff you can just apply to legendaries, and so that's they just kind of made that transfer, and they just said, look, we're not going to sell armor through the Eververse store. We're going to sell strictly cosmetics.
Cosmetics, yeah.
Which was a good move.
Big time, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
Mike,
ow.
I think, actually has the Warlock cosmetic stuff on.
I changed my armor up.
Okay.
He needed to get good, yeah.
But
Well, guess what? You can just apply it to whatever armor that you got on now.
Yeah, that's the way to do
I
that.
cannot, because I am wearing blues.
Oh.
We're just shooting stuff, right? I don't have to stat on any pads or anything.
Not yet.
Not yet.
This,
We're still.
This changes up a little bit in the second.
But yeah,
I read-
you're still good to shoot stuff.
I read that as Barber Hobgoblin, not Barrier Hobgoblin.
Just wants to take a little off the top there.
Just a little bit. I do not like these Ents. Gate Lords.
The Vex. Oh.
Oh, there's a crystal. There's a crystal.
Yeah, so this is where then there's going to be those Minotaurs that you take down, and they're going to drop something called a Void Carom.
Are you gonna dunk? Are you
pick it up.
dunking?
Well, so you pick it up and you fire it at those crystals. And we have
I
to
just
destroy
took a couple crystals out.
all the crystals.
There's a crystal.
So, and now,
If that was it,
Now
we
what?
move forward and collect some loot.
Nice. That was pretty good.
Loot explosion.
Everyone was on the same page. I'm gonna collect these Orbs of Light because I like my special very much.
Let's see.
I get a Donatello bow staff.
The data I'm gathering
Arc
from my
Hunter.
scans isn't making sense.
Boy, there's a
Not entirely unexpected where the
there's
vector
a build with
concerns
the
lead.
hunter that's not as good as it once was, but still really
Is it the
good.
stabby stab one?
Thousands of divergent realities.
Yeah,
all at
so it
once.
involves.
I do want to try that.
This is more than
It
a defect
is
leaking out of the garden.
ridiculously fun.
Something bigger going on here.
Yeah, it involves exotic called Liar's Handshake and getting a shotgun that has a perk called 1-2 Punch. And you punch something, you shoot it with a shotgun, and then you punch it again for massive damage.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more to it than that, but that's basically the gist of it.
Well, there's that. There's some like like your melee damage build up on Arc Strider, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we have friends. I am not in a good spot. Hello, sir. Can I interest you in the Church of Oryx? Our Lord and Savior.
No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's I don't know what they told you, but that's
I
not
don't know. Yeah, maybe Biff's videos are different than Bife's.
Yeah, Biff is like, this Oryx guy's really cool.
Let me tell you.
I only watch Beef's videos.
Beefs. My name is Beef.
My name is Beef.
Check me on Patreon.
If you like my videos, you can buy me a coffee.
Yeah, please like and subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Smash that bell.
Yeah, if you like it
So
as well.
the Vex Offensive, what we're doing here is part of the Season Pass content. So you actually have to have the Season Pass in order to play this. But as I said, if you own Shadowkeep, they automatically, they toss this one in. First taste is free.
I don't know. Oh, me too. I got lasered by that barber.
I should have known better.
Was it a barber?
Or just the barber beefcake?
Yes.
Barrier Hobgoblin.
I don't have a barrier mod, so.
I do.
Huzzah!
Yo, this kick is not going to get old.
Oh, the
finishers?
JCBD clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the finishers.
Now that I've remapped the default key, it's a lot better.
Guardian down.
Whoa! It was a slap.
What's a barrier mod? Is that on your artifact?
Yeah.
I've got a couple artifact levels, but I was too. I had analysis paralysis on what to put it into.
You can you can reset it for 10,000
Yeah.
whatever, and it just refunds those points, so you're fine. Toss stuff in, check it out, see what you like.
Right.
Yo, when are we gonna get this last 2%? There we go. Jeez.
Disrupted Cyclops is the name of my alt punk band.
Nobody was over there taking care of that guy.
Guys, I did a thing with the crystal.
Nice.
You did the thing.
Keep it up.
I know. Oh no. I got a little overzealous with my super, and I had a bad time.
That happens.
There's a bunch of purple lasers over by me.
There's only one more to get.
Oh, you Cyclops bitch.
Time to collect more loot.
Yeah, so there's 3 rounds to this. We're gonna go fight the boss next. You get loot at the end of everything. There
Loot
is
explosion.
so there's a
Every
Ikora
veteran
is the
destroying
person that you go
Guardian is
talk
one less
to
threat to deal with on the move.
for bounties related to
Until we get
this,
to the bottom
and
of these
for
incursions, they'll just keep coming.
the weapons.
Nightmares will be
The
the
weapons
least
you can
target
just get
surge
randomly,
if
but
we
if there's
can't defeat
specific
the
weapons
Vex.
that you want, then she has a thing where they're called data seeds. You kill a bunch of Vex with whatever weapon. I think it's submachine gun, hand cannon,
Scout
pulse
rifle,
rifle.
pulse rifle.
So kill a bunch of Vex with whatever weapon it is that you want, and then you come here, you beat the boss, and then you get that guaranteed.
The gate's powering up.
There's
Move
still
quickly,
obviously
Guardian.
random rolls, optimal rolls that you're looking for. I got one of the pulse rifles with probably the best roll I'm gonna get on it, which was Feeding Frenzy and multi-kill clip.
And that's just random attributes on it?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So Feeding Frenzy is basically any kill increases your reload speed. So there's a perk currently called Outlaw. So
Yep.
when you get a headshot kill, it increases your reload speed. Feeding Frenzy, any kill. And then multi-kill clip is the more kills that you get before you reload, up to a max of 3. Then you get a damage increase bonus. So you get a bunch of kills, reload quickly, you get that bonus on, and you can get even more kills quickly.
Should I rally to this flag, or what am I doing?
Yes. That refills all your ammo and refills your super as well.
Okay. It's just like... Oh boy, that is a gentleman.
Alright, so Locke, you're
Good,
gonna want
good, gentle sir.
yeah, you're gonna want to come down to where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he is immune for right now.
For now.
Have you seen my bow staff skills?
I have, and I look forward
And I have found them wanting.
I'm looking forward to when you can show them off and, let him know what your bow staff skills are. But for right now, he does not care about your bow staff.
Yeah, so use
There's a pink laser.
Use the lasers to kill the
Shield.
shield, and then you DPS them down when the shield's down.
I'm just killing mobs.
I'm curious to know if there's going to be a different boss with this, like next week. Just add a new one. The Menagerie.
The shield is down.
The event that they had last season, the season of Opulence, there was 3 different bosses that rotated weekly. Each had their own different mechanics. Somebody needs to get out this guy over here. I know we're DPSing, but be kind. Revive your teammates.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a 4-rounder, maybe. Yep.
Probably.
I almost got a 2-rounder in my last one.
Ooh.
I have not had great luck with DPS phases.
I'm gonna check something that just dropped for me. Oh look, the submachine gun with outlaw and multi-kill. Thank you.
Nice.
I think I'll take that.
Yes, I think you will too.
Oh jeez. Don't come get me. I'm in a bad spot.
Oh.
I can get you though. Okay.
I'm gonna do something to help us with this. Not gonna help right now, but it will help the next go around.
Oh, this machine gun can fire, boys.
That looks like it's doing
Submachine
a
gun
minute.
Or yeah, submachine gun.
Nice.
So you also get a.
Here.
Oh, there's a combo I want to definitely try now too that involves an exotic of the Titans. What's it called? Not the armamentarium.
Jeez, this thing is nuts.
Oh, he is quite fast.
Oh, the Actium War Rig, that's the name of it. Now, the thing with the Actium War Rig is like, if you run over ammo while firing, or like, no, not running over ammo. Every so often, like as you're shooting a auto rifle, it just automatically refills from reserve. And that
Oh,
effect
nice.
now applies to machine guns, specifically heavy machine guns. So,
Is this shield
wanna
down?
give that a shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine, I guess we'll do a 4-round.
Look, all we need to do is get good, and we won't have a.
Yo, this is the first time I've done this shit.
I said we. I didn't say you.
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, generate those orbs for me.
All you get is more bow staff stuff. Guys, I killed everything too quick.
Thank you. I want your Orbs of Light. that you
Dude,
left behind.
I'm a support player. I'm into it. Oh, Barber. Oh god, I am not in a good space. Oh dude, anyone see me kick? Should be a void cannon there.
And there we go.
You did the thing.
I held that down long enough, but I guess
We
not.
got the weekly challenge too.
But it'll buy us
Yay.
some time. And we got the data we need. Transferring to
So yeah, the
our
one thing I'll say
Let's
that
get back to the tower.
they've kind of changed up some with this is the way that
Holy
they do
smokes.
their power progression. Go ahead and take us to orbit lock.
Okay. Ride 5, ride and die.
In the pipe, 5x5.
That's the one.
So powerful gear now they have different tiers, and that's
Mhm.
you know the way that they kind of have it set up is how it gets you to the current like max, which is 960. So there's tier 3s, which is what I believe you get from doing Vex Offensive and from Ikora. And then there's tier 2s, which are... So tier 3s are the best, tier 2s are like the next, and then tier 1s. And they have like different scales that they'll up your power with each one of those. Go ahead and take us back to the tower.
You got it.
So, you know, just as far as getting that progression, it's a little bit more... There's definitely like they've got that now paced in such a way that feels a little bit more like if you're the hardcore, then you're grinding that and you're going through, and there's all kinds of things to make it go fast. If you just hop in, like it's a little bit of a more gradual climb, which is okay, and you know I don't think it's too bad.
I like your turtle rainbow thing.
My ship, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Favorite from last season to go with my Scooty Puff.
Scooty Puff.
Scoot, scoot, puff, puff. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what Destiny 2 is right now, and I think, you know, the fact that it's free to play Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC with cross save, makes it much more appealing. There was a story I saw recently too, where Sony's kind of, I think, finally given in on the cross-play stuff, which means I'm sure we're gonna get cross-play in this game.
Well, this would be
before
one of the
too
ones
long.
to do it in.
Yeah, I mean, like I think Bungie really wants to, and has just been trying to, you know, figure out the barriers and all that kind of stuff to go through. But it'd be awesome to see that, because right now, like, you choose characters, and within the cross-save system, it's like you choose what characters are going to be your primary characters that you have, and those are the ones that you play on your platform of choice. And then the other characters still exist, but you have to like turn off cross save in order to access them. And then you can't turn it back on for 90 days, so it's, you know, a little bit of an interesting system there, versus just, you know, having some way to combine and everything. And the other thing is, it's cross save for like the characters themselves and whatever gear is on them, but it's not cross save for content. And that has to do with like where you're buying this content and licensing and all. You know, like it gets into a whole understandable mess when it comes to that. But it'd be awesome to see.
Encryption can break your heart.
You know, I own this license. Like I own the Forsaken and Shadowkeep. I don't need to buy it again on PlayStation 4 if I was to go play with, you know, friends there.
Yo,
I would like to see that happen.
this Cryptarch's trying to take my shaders.
Thanks for your service.
Who does he think he is?
Yeah, a system where they're like, the shaders now, you know, you had to, when that first happened, you had to dismantle shaders one at a time. And then eventually...
Oh, really? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like 3 seconds. Like, they like timed it out. It was like 3 seconds to dismantle a shader. So they were, so they eventually came up with, okay, well, so, we'll do this where it's,
Oh, I just unlocked my artifact.
we'll do this where it's you can dismantle stacks of 5 at the Cryptarch.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was okay, and also it takes a whole lot less time to
To
dismantle.
do that, yeah.
Yeah. Which is a whole, but like the shaders, again, that was part of that whole change in things, right? It was the shaders were once tied in with the whole economy and with the silver and all this other kind of stuff, and yeah, them getting rid of a bunch of that and just saying like bright dust, which you spend at Eververse to buy specific things. Bright dust is now earned from weekly bounties that you can pick up from, you know, a few different sources. I think mainly it's like Gambit, Crucible, and Strikes. So like they have very set ways for you now to be able to quickly and easily earn bright dust. Like I was at 5,000 something, I think, when this started, or 6,000, because I dismantled all my old stuff before the season started, right? And that was, you know, Bungie was out there saying, dismantle all your cosmetic stuff and get the bright dust, you know, because everything's going to switch to being glimmer and legendary shards. So go get all your bright dust now, because you can just pull it out of your collections and get it for the shards, and you know that's a whole lot easier. I spent that on Tribute Hall on some stuff, but then I'm now back up to 3. So I was down to like 1,000, and now I'm back up to 3,000. And it's like it's been that easy just to get, you know, 2,000 bright dust over the course of a week of playing or whatever. So and that hasn't been like spending a ton of time getting those sorts of bounties and spending time trying to get it. So they have done well. I think they've done well trying to fix a lot of these systems and their economies within it. Yes, it takes a lot of materials to upgrade your armor to maximum, but you know, again, those are the kinds of things where it's intended, I think, to be. This should take place over the course of a few weeks, not a couple days within a season, right? Like, you know, and there's paths that they have laid out for you to be able to get there through the Nightfall ordeal. You can buy stuff from Banshee in the tower. You get stuff through the season ranks as you go to. So all good stuff. And I haven't, you know, invested too much of my armor just because I've been waiting to see what I get, and when I get a piece that I really like, that's the one I'm going to invest in. Otherwise, it's all just kind of working to get me up into a higher power for right now.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I think that's a lot. That's Destiny 2 for where it is right now.
It's in a good spot.
It's in a very good spot. I didn't say this earlier, but Shadowkeep and Fallen, like if you want to buy both of those together, that's $60. The digital deluxe edition of Shadowkeep, which has 4 season passes. So after season of the Undying, which is the current one, whatever comes next, and then whatever comes throughout the rest of the year, you'll get the season passes for all those too. That's $60 just in its own. But if you want Fallen and Shadowkeep, $60 for both of those, which is a good deal for all this content, right? Because there's so much to go through and do. And yeah, out now. I will always recommend Destiny, but I feel like I can recommend it even more.
Even more, yeah.
Yeah, just to, you know, so many people who are like it really was. The prior Destiny was like, yeah, but you're gonna spend time doing this, and the other,
and this, yeah.
And they've opened up so much of it, and they've put everybody started the season on the same level, which was your level 50 character, and then your 750 power.
Yeah.
And then you just go up from there. So like it was, here's everything flat. Everything's going to be pretty much open after, you know, obviously some of the initial missions if you're just starting off, and then just go and play with friends, do what you want. So yeah, good spot for it.
Ooh, got that season rank up.
I would like to do another Vex offensive.
All right. Well, I'm going to shut off the stream, and we're going to go do that privately. Thank you all for watching. On behalf of myself, Jason and Mike, we'll see you on the moon. Bye.